My name's Calvin Whiting, from Johannesburg, South Africa originally, and I play in the center position. Growing up, I was actually a soccer player. I played that for most of my life until I got into high school, where I thought I should try a bit of more of a manly sport. But it's kind of a given, you living in South Africa, you kind of have to try rugby. So I had a group of friends, we actually tried out for the water polo team first, and then after that season was done, we actually tried out for rugby. Thing is, in South Africa, there's so many different teams, and so you never know if you're even going to make it or not. We just tried out, and we ended up making the first team, or they call it the A team in South Africa, and so ended up playing my first year rugby in 8th grade, and I just fell in love with it ever since, and so it's just kind of been there. I've been playing it for 12 years now. So I've actually been in Utah for the past 9 years. My mom and I came over, she came over to study, I just came with for the adventure. We came over in 2011, so I came straight into 10th grade, which was really fun. It was kind of weird at first, obviously not having a lot of friends, different country, different culture. But the more time I gave it, the better it got, and I actually joined up with United Rugby Club just in Alpine, Utah, and that kind of became my family. So kind of home away from home was obviously at the rugby pitch, so that was always nice. So I went to high school at Lone Peak, just in Highland, Utah. My pathway was, I wouldn't say unique, but kind of standard. I played obviously for United Rugby, and from there I went with the high school All-Americans. I played with them for 3 years, did a couple tours to Argentina, South America, England, and then from there I actually went and joined up with BYU and played rugby there. I was able to get a national championship with them 2015, which was awesome just to be a part of that team and kind of grow in that sense with those coaches. From there I played with the men's collegiate All-Americans as well, went down to Australia, which was really fun. And then after that is when I finally got the call up to go and play with the USA Eagles. Really cool experience, went to Chile and Argentina. Learned a lot, grew a lot as a player, and realized how much it actually takes to become successful at that level. And so I knew I had a long way to go. So after that experience, I kind of put my head down and just went to work. Finished up my time at BYU and then joined up with the Utah Warriors now. What I studied at BYU, I started off studying actually health. I wanted to become a physical therapist, but then I realized how much schooling it takes. And so I decided to quit that and go along the routes of business management. I'm actually still in school. I transferred over to Utah Valley University where I'm finishing up my degree now. I took some time off just to play rugby and work, which has been really fun. But obviously have to get that degree. I actually just recently got into fly fishing, which is really, really fun. I love to just go up to the river, just kind of get lost and fish with my friends, as well as golf. I've been playing golf my entire life. That's kind of my secret passion. I wish I could be a professional golfer at times, but yeah, that's pretty much what I do outside of rugby. I would say that my style of play is more of consistency. I'm not that type of player that's extremely showy or has like the cool moves or anything like that. But I would say that I'm pretty consistent. Whenever there's a game or when there's practice, I try to be as consistent as possible to make sure that our plan is actually executed and that I'm doing my job for the team in order to make us successful. Just kind of looking at the experience now with the Warriors, I've been with them for 2 years. Obviously my first year was a little bit unique. I kind of got put on the backside just with like visa issues, that kind of stuff. But this year was just a new ball game. I loved the coaches that came in. The team culture was awesome. You felt like you're a part of a brotherhood and part of something that was bigger than rugby itself. As far as like the growth goes, I mean, myself as a player just the past year, I feel like I've grown immensely. And that's obviously, you know, credit to the coaches, to the staff, to everyone that's involved. And also credit to the players, to the boys for kind of helping, you know, push us to become better. We always keep each other accountable, and I think that's important, especially within this professional setting. That's been kind of a huge difference for me and my experience so far, just being with the Warriors. One, I love to grill. I have a Traeger at home, and nothing excites me more than buying a big slab of brisket or a nice piece of steak and letting it smoke for a few hours on the weekend. I really have a huge passion for grilling, and it really makes me happy. The second thing is my love for motorcycles. I might not own one, but I love all things motorcycles, and hopefully one day I'll be able to buy my Harley Davidson and you know, just cruise around, go through the US. That's always been a dream too. obviously that high intensity. We talked about it a lot this season, and we kind of try to focus a lot of our aspects around, first to the ball, make sure we're getting the job done, doing it, as quickly as possible, but as effectively as well. So make sure we can execute. And so I've been working a lot on trying to make sure I can work on those habits and kind of making sure I'm going to be up to speed when the season comes, so that we can actually, start to execute that again and become better than we were last season as well.